Namaskaram. My name is Vaibhav and I welcome you to the third episode of the podcast There is Always a Solution. And we're going to begin our podcast with a short story. This is a story of a young sculptor who saw a huge marble rock and had some envision to create something out of that marble. So he started working on it, started chipping, started cutting the marble, the rock, and as he was doing it day by day, it became weeks, and and the doubt crept in his mind, and then he thought that maybe I don't know whether I'll be able to create this statue as I as envisioned, and his work became a little slow because of that doubt. And he went to one of the senior sculptor to discuss his feelings, and he explained that what is happening to him and he feels that he's not be able to finish it, or he's not on the right part, or maybe he's wasting his time. The senior sculptor smiled and said that you are not actually wasting your time. You're not just cutting a rock, you're actually freeing that angel that is stuck in that marble. So think that you are working to freeing that angel, and that will help you to free yourself from that doubt that have now made us place in your head. He became motivated. He went back and started working hard with this understanding that he's creating something, he's freeing something which is stuck, whether it's in his head or it's in the marble. With few months, he was able to create a beautiful statue of an angel. And the long journey, the difficult journey, transformed not only the rock but the sculpture. He understood that with clarity, with the regular work, with patience, and having a good belief in yourself, you'll be able to create something amazing. So he created that amazing statue, but he also created the amazing human that was hidden inside the person itself. So this brings us to a question. A question today is regarding to the parenting. It is very similar to the sculpture who wants to make something out of nothing, and similarly parents trying to make something out of the kid, out of the children. We have no idea, or we're very raw on this planet. So let's begin our question. The first question I have is how to effectively teach discipline to young children without constantly nagging at them. I'm going to repeat again. How to effectively teach discipline to young children without constantly nagging at them. For me, the answer is very simple. To teach anything to kids, the best way is to practice yourself. Whatever you want to teach, whether it's discipline, whether you want them to creative, whether you want them to, uh, you know, not follow too much of TV or mobile phones, you need to practice that yourself first. If you're not practicing, no matter what you say, they are not going to listen. Because kids, the best way the kids learn is by watching. They're watching you all the time. So if you tell them something to follow or be disciplined on something, and if they see that their parents are not, they are not going to follow it. So this is very important. So instead of teaching them, become what you want them to learn. That will going to help you a lot, and that's going to help the kids a lot, because kids are actually the part of you, and they are becoming what you are. And I always say that when you have kids, don't make them a copy of you. Let them be what they can become. And for that, we need to understand one thing, then parenting is not the job of teaching. Parenting is the job of learning. We forget that the moment we become parent, it's the first time. Even if you have a second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th kid, still a first time for that kid. Your connection with that kid, your teaching to that kid, your learning from that kid is the first time. So when you have this understanding that you are going to learn something during the process and not just focus on teaching the kid, you'll notice the process will be very good. It's going to make you a better person. It's going to make you a better parent, and it's going to create a good bonding between you and your kid. So it is very important to understand that each kid is different and each kid will learn differently. So don't create a template and just follow the template, whether it's from your, you know, parents, grandparents, society. You should not follow that. Learn from the kid how the kid learns, what is a way kid understand to learn something, and then become that yourself and help them to learn that through you, not through the words, but through your nature. That is going to help you a lot. Another thing I want to add, that in today's time, parents confuses kids a lot. So how they confuses is that they give too much freedom to them. They don't say anything at for certain time of time, certain period of time. They allow the kids to do whatever they want to do, and then suddenly they want to put a break on the kids' freedom that they have given them initially. So that is very wrong for the kid, and that is very wrong for you as well, because this is not the right way. We have to find a balance. Wherever there is moderation, wherever there is balance, there is not going to be a problem. Extreme of both, whether you extreme of giving them too much freedom or extreme of too much restriction, it is going to create a lot of problem. And kids are very smart. They actually know how you are. They are very observant. You know, our parents, when we become parents or and when we become old, we become less observant. We don't observe enough, but the kids are very good in that. I'll tell you one story. At one time, I was talking to a kid who was around 8 years old, and we're just talking, having a conversation. During the conversation, the kid come up and just said that, I can get whatever I want from my parent. My dad gets me whatever I want. I said, oh, that is so nice of your dad. He loves you so much, so that's why he get you everything what you want. He said, no, it's not that. I don't know whether he loves me or not. I said, why do you say that? I said, but I know, yeah, I can get him what I can get him get me whatever I want. So I said, how do you do that? How does it happen? He says that, whenever I need something and he says no, I start crying. Because I know when I cry, my dad will get me in immediately after that. So anything what I need and he says no, I know what to do. I just start crying. Even though I'm not feeling crying, I just pretend to cry, and he gets me everything I need. And that is what gave me a great understanding that, kids, they observe you. They know your soft point and they use it against you, because we are not observant. We are so much focused on teaching them that we forget to learn from them that what they are doing. So if you want to discipline your kid, first thing, become disciplined yourself. Second thing, instead of teaching, learn what is the best way to teach them. That is one very important thing, because kids are teaching us so many things. They are so raw, they're so innocent, they're so beautiful that can help us to release all the preconceived notion from our head and allow us to be a part of their process. You must have heard the line, practice what you preach. So whatever you want to teach them, practice yourself first. That is the best way. That is the best way to teach any kid, any human on this planet. Practice what you preach. Become what you want them to learn, and you will see that will be very easy for you. And find balance. Don't just be nicey, goody goody all the time. If you need to be firm, be firm. Stop them. And last thing is, allow them to explore life. Don't spoon feed your kid all the time. If you spoon feed your kid all the time, they will never be able to learn anything. Let them make mistake, and once they make a mistake, then make them understand. Instead of putting them down, make them understand how to come out of that mistake, how to improve themselves. So become their friends. Become what you want them to become, in a way of a good manner. Not a copy of you, but some things which you want them to follow. Become that yourself first. Because right now, what you are, if you're going to keep teaching that to your kid, they're going to be exactly copy of you. And then I'm sure you will not like that. You want them to explore and become the best version of themselves. So this is very important. If you want them to learn something which is you feel is better and you don't follow, start following yourself first. Then they will learn faster, and then you also allow yourself to become, a little free from that. It's not your full duty to take care of your kids. It is full duty means you can walk with them at still certain point, but while walking them with them, let them explore also. Don't just spoon feed all the time. So that will help you to explore and help them to explore life beautifully. Okay. If you have any, more question on this particular topic, we can discuss more. But now we're going to move to the next question. All right. So our next question is how you overcome guilt for things you have no control over. Mom guilt is what they call it in these days. Mom guilt is a name given to the feelings of guilt and shame some people feel when they don't live up to their own or others' expectations in their role as a parent. I'm going to read that again. It's a long question. How you overcome guilt for things you have no control over. Mom guilt is what they call it these days. Mom guilt is a name given to the feelings of guilt and shame some people feel when they don't live up to their own or others' expectation in their role as a parent. You know, you actually use the word expectation. How to overcome guilt? The guilt is coming because of the expectations. Whether you have created your own expectation or you have expectation from others, one thing is the expectation. That is the cause of the guilt. Stop expecting anything from yourself or what others expect from you. What you need to understand, what do kids expect from us? As parents, what do kids expect from parents? Just love and compassion, just attention. That's it. They don't care about anything else. If you give them time, they don't need more than anything more than that. So, first thing, if kids are not expecting anything from you, you don't need to expect anything from yourself or from others what they put expectation on you. Preconceived notion is the issue here. The expectation comes from the preconceived notion. You have thought of how I want my kids to be, or you have seen the society, how other kids are, how other parents are, you know, building their kids up. That is absolutely wrong because your kid and you are different from everybody else. The uniqueness of you and your kid is always going to be there. And if you merge yourself with preconceived notion and you try to mold yourself what you are not, you're always going to be in that guilt. The guilt is coming from the preconceived notion, and the guilt is coming from not being yourself. Whether you are a parent, whether you are a child yourself, whether you're a friend, you need to allow yourself to be free from all the expectations. And I always say that, you are not playing different roles. You should not play different roles. You should be you always. And for that, you need to practice self awareness, self realization, meditation to make sure that you are always the same. If somebody is kind person, the kind person is always going to be kind to everybody else. They cannot change each time. If they're changing each time, they're not then they're not kind. They're pretending to be kind. So as a parent, you're still the same person. If you're a kind person, if you're open-minded person, if you're, having no preconceived notion, then you'll be able to live life joyfully. You'll be able to, teach your kids joyfully. So we need to stop our mind from creating stories in our head. This is what I have to be. This is how it should be. This is what everybody is doing it. No, your kid is different. You are different. You need to work on yourself with compassion. The guilt is also coming because there is lack of compassion, lack of self understanding. Work on yourself. Show your love and compassion. And it's okay if you make a mistake because the parenting is also for the first time. You've not been parent for all your life. When you have a kid, when they're growing each year, there is something new to learn. Don't consider yourself that you know every single thing and you should know every single thing because you are a parent. You are a parent and you are becoming a parent throughout the process. Even if your kid reaches 40 and you are at certain age, there is a different learning from that particular relationship. So allow yourself to be very spontaneous. Allow yourself to feel free in the relationship. Allow yourself to be feel free from your own preconceived notion, from the ideas, what how it should be. No, why it should be decided already. It should be the way, let it come. Let it feel naturally to us. Because the idea of a parent, idea of a relationship of child and parent is building a strong bond. Doesn't matter, if your kid is not the best in every single thing, but even in one thing the kid is good or feel comfortable within themselves, that is very, very important. Don't think where the kid should reach, what kid should become. Think of what kid is feeling. Is the kid is more compassionate? Is the kid is more confident about themselves? Is the kid is more, you know, relaxed in a day-to-day life? If that's what you can achieve, your kid will be successful because kids are very smart. They are your kid. So if you have reached some level, they will go beyond that. That is how nature works. But you have to make sure that you don't put your preconceived notion ideas on your kid. So for that, you need to remove your ideas first. You need to remove what you think is the right way of living. Instead of living in the mind, start living and experience life as it comes because it is offering beautiful memories, beautiful moments with your kid, with your families, and allow yourself to live those moments as it is spontaneously. That is going to help a lot. And let me see if I need to add something on to the kid. Some people feel why when they don't live up. Again, yeah, don't worry about what people think about you. Stop judging yourself because of any other thing, because of other people. I've seen many times people judge themselves before even other judge them because they don't want to be in the good. Stop. Have some faith in yourself. Believe in yourself that you can be right. Okay, you are a good person. Your intentions are right. Work with clear intention and remember, build a strong bond. That's the best learning we all should be having with parent, with kids, with families. Learn to have a strong bond. Mistakes we all will make, kids will make, we will make, and that's fine. Learning from the mistakes, that is what the nature is. That is how we're going to grow. Let the kid fall, let yourself fall, and get up. Get up more motivated, get up feeling energized, and to do better next time. And you're not trying to prove yourself to anybody, not even to yourself. Just be yourself as you are, feeling good about yourself, enjoying every moment as it comes to you. And you'll see you'll never have a guilt. Remove all your preconceived notion, remove all the doubts about yourself, and don't plan anything about your life. Live the life as it comes. Meditation is going to help you a lot for that. There are various ways of meditating. This in this particular scenario, to know yourself better, start practicing contemplation meditation. Have a thought, contemplate on that. Okay, understand what kind of thoughts coming in your mind, why these thoughts coming in your mind, and where are they coming from. Most of the thoughts that are coming in your mind are from the information that you have gathered in your head from past whatever life you have living in this on this planet. There is nothing new. So when you let these information settle down, something new can come up in your head, and that can allow you to live life even more joyfully. So allow yourself to feel free, allow yourself to enjoy each moment and remove all the self doubts, remove all the preconceived notion, and see how things will work beautifully for you. So these are the questions today we're going to focus on. And really, thank you for asking this question. And if you have more follow up question on that, please feel free to share with me, and we'll try to tackle on that as well. Life is very simple. If you keep it simple, you'll enjoy it more. If you make it complicated in your head or in your surroundings, you will suffer the most. Don't make your life complicated. It is very simple. That doesn't mean it is not hard. It is hard, but it is very simple. When the life is simple and you let it go through as naturally, you like the sculpture, you're going to create a nice angel within yourself. So allow yourself to live freely. And please share this podcast, share this video to more people so they can hear it, they can get motivated. And the idea is to bring a universe, a planet, to a peaceful and a joyful state. So please share it. Follow me on Instagram, Weber Parashar 19. You can watch this video on YouTube, Vaibhav Parashar. You can hear it on Apple Podcast. You can hear it on Spotify. Please follow me. Please help me and send me more questions. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to share and hear your point of view towards life, because there is always a solution. So let's together find solution of life and make our life a peaceful one. Om Shanti.